Okay, we come to question 14. We go straight to 14a, which is in the diagram. AB is equal to 8 centimeter, AD is equal to 10 centimeter, DC is equal to 12 centimeter, and angle ABC is equal to 98 degrees. Okay, so the actual question is down here. So what you need to do is first to study the diagram. After I study the diagram, then you can go to the actual question. Okay, so you can also note that what is in the diagram is the one that is illustrated in the statement A. Okay, now after we study the diagram, we can go to question, the actual question, which is find the value of tan angle ACB. Okay, tan angle ACB. Okay, so what is the value of tan ACB? Okay, so what we can do is let's find the value of. So to find the value of tan ACB, what we're going to do is we're going to come up with a formula which is tan ACB, okay, which is equal to, so when you are using tan A, so what we can do is I can remind you of something. I hope you remember of Sokatoa. Okay, so we're going to use this one, which is tan is equal to opposite over adjacent. So that's the formula we're going to come up with. So on top we are going to have opposite over adjacent. So we are going to come up with something like this. Okay, so for us to find the opposite and adjacent, first we need to identify the angle in question. So we know that the angle in question, which is ACB, that means this is the angle. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to use the adjacent. First, let's look at the opposite. So the opposite of this angle is this one. So the opposite is 8 centimeter. So where there is opposite, we say equal to, where there is opposite, we write 8 centimeter over adjacent. Now adjacent to this angle is the length BC, the length BC. So the adjacent to this angle is this side, which is BC. Okay, now how much is BC? Now we can see that BC, we have the partial measurement, how part of the measurement is given, which is 12 centimeter, but we don't know this measurement, which we can call x. So we need to find the value of x. So to find the value of x, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this triangle. Okay, it's a right triangle. Okay, so that's the one I'm going to use. So to find the length of x. So to do that, what we're going to do is I'm going to use Pythagoras theorem. So I'm going to use Pythagoras theorem to find the value of x. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say this is hypotenuse, 10 centimeter is hypotenuse. So I'm going to say AD squared is equal to, so AB squared plus BD squared. Okay, I hope you are following me. So AD squared is equal to AB, this is B, please, not D, but B, AB squared plus BD squared. Okay, so what is AD? AD we have 10. So I'm going to ignore the units, maybe because of space. So I'm going to have 10 squared there. Then AB, that is 8. So I'm going to have 8 squared there plus. Then what is BD? BD we are not given, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to call BD as x. So that's a value we have given to it is x, so that is x squared. Okay, so what we can do now is we can say what is 10 squared? 10 squared is equal to 100. Let me just come here. Is equal to 100, which is equal to 8 squared, that is 64. 8 times 8 will give us 64, then plus x squared. Okay, we need to find the value of x. So what we can do is we put like terms together. So we have got 100, then 64 will close the cosine and become minus 100 minus 64 is equal to x. Then we find the difference. 100 minus 64 will give us 36, which is equal to x. Okay, then what we do, this is x squared, please, this should be x squared. Then what we do to find the value of x, we square root all the sides. Okay, so the square root of 36 is 6. The square root of x squared is x. So the value of x there is 6. So here where there is x, the value we have is 6. So what I can do is there now I can write 6 centimeter. Okay, that means 6 centimeter plus 12 centimeter. Now we want to find the length, the size of the length. So we say 12 centimeter plus 6 centimeter will give us 18 centimeter. So there down we write 18 centimeter. Okay, so what you can do now here, you can now try to find a number that can go into 8 and 18. That is 2. 2 can go in 8 and 18. So we have 2 into 8 will give us 4. 2 into 18 give us 9. And this is the answer. This is the final answer. So we go where we are supposed to record the answer and write the answer as 4 over, write properly, because the recording of the answer is as important as finding the answer. So please make sure you write properly your answer. Okay, so 4 over 9. Okay, if you have got questions, you can ask in the comment section, but basically that's how we go about it. 14b, which is as follows. In the diagram, AB is perpendicular to CD. Okay, so what you need also to bear in mind is that is the statement itself, which is saying perpendicular, which is this word. This is the keyword in this expression, this one here. It's a keyword. Okay, so you need to understand, okay, what a perpendicular line is. Okay, now once you have understood, then we can go ahead and start the diagram. So this is the diagram. We can see D on that point, which is 6, 0, and CD on 0, on 4, 0. Okay, so let me also write the coordinates for these points which are given, which is this one is 6. Let me write properly, which is we have got the coordinate there, which is open bracket 6, 0, and this one is 0, 4. Okay, those are the coordinates there. Okay, now the actual question down here is find the equation of line AB. So we need to find the coordinate for the line AB, which is this one here. Okay, so the coordinate for that line, which is perpendicular to CD, what is the coordinate? So what we can do is now we can go ahead and find the coordinate. Okay, so we can say how do we find the coordinates? First of all, I need to share with you that we usually use the flame when you're finding the equation. We usually use the flame, which is y is equal to mx plus c, where c is the constant. Okay, so you need to understand that. So what we need to do here first is now we need to find the gradient. Okay, so the gradient that will work for this line CD. We need to find the gradient for the line CD. Okay, so we can say gradient of the line CD. We want to find the equation for the line CD. Okay, so we want to find the equation for the line CD, so we're going to find the gradient. So we usually use the formula, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, then we're going to say equal to, so what is xy? So let's take D as the x1, the point D as a first point, which is x1 and y1. Okay, then C as the x2 and y2. Okay, so we can see that y2 is 4 minus y1 is 0, then over x2 we have found to be 0 there on top, then x1 is 6, so minus 6. Okay, then when we evaluate that, we're going to get 4 over negative 6. Okay, so when we divide that, we're going to come up with the, when we simplify that in its lowest term, or express that into lowest term, it's going to be 2. A number that can go into 4 and negative 6 is 2. So 2 into 4, it will go 2 times. So remember, we should put a negative sign over 2 into 6, it will give us 3. So the gradient is negative 3. So we can come here where we have written the frame for the equation, where we have y, then where there is a gradient which is m, we are going to put negative 2 over, so let me write properly because there my writing is not okay, negative 2 over 3 x plus c. Okay, now the main interest to use in the equation CD, or the main interest to use the main interest we have in the equation for the line CD, we have attained it, which is a gradient. Okay, now let me talk about the gradient and the relationship, the gradient of two lines which are perpendicular to each other. What is the relationship? So we can understand that the gradient of the line 1 times the gradient, okay, the gradient of the line 2 is equal to negative 1. Okay, that is the relationship. You should understand that's a relationship. So in other words, what we are saying is what we can do is, what we should understand is that the gradient of the line CD, if the gradient of the line CD is a positive, is a negative, like we have gotten a negative, that means the gradient of the line AB will be a positive. Okay, will be a positive. Okay, and it should be the inverse of that line, or of that gradient. Okay, when I say multiplication inverse, I mean when you multiply it, it should give you 1. Okay, so now we have got negative 2 over 3, which is the negative. So meaning the gradient, the gradient of the line AB will be a positive. And then what we do, we flip the fraction. Okay, so this one is 2 over 3. Then the gradient for the line AB will be 3 over 2. Now, once we have gotten the gradient using that line, that's the business is over. Now we can go ahead and find the equation, because the question is find the equation of line AB. So to find the equation, again, I'm going to come up with a frame of the equation that we use starting from grade 9. Okay, it's very important that you remain basic as you solve the questions. Don't be so don't use the maybe don't try to show off by using advanced methods and other things, but try to be basic. So that's what I'm trying to be. This is the flame I've been using from grade 9. Okay, so now once I've done this, what you can do now is we just replace in this equation, we just replace the gradient. So we have the gradient, which is y is equal to 3 over 2x plus c. Now here what we are remaining with now is to find the value of c. So how do we find the value of c? So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to use the same expression y is equal to 2 over 3x plus c. So I'm going to write it here. So which is y is equal to 3 over 2x plus c. Remember, I want to find the constant. So what am I going to do now to find the constant? I'll come on this point where there is 1. So I'm going to come at this point, then record the coordinate. So the coordinate there is 1, 0. Okay, so the value of y is 0 and the value of x is 1. So I'll place these numbers in that equation, which is y is equal to 0 is equal to 3 over 2, x is equal to 1. So I'm going to multiply the whole of that fraction by 1 plus c, the constant. So what I'm going to have is 0 is equal to 3 over 2 times 1 will give me 3 over 2 plus c. Now I'll put like terms together. That means I'm going to have 0, then 3 over 2 close to the equal sign and become minus 3 over 2, then is equal to c. Now when I evaluate this, I'm going to remain with negative 3 over 2. I'm going to remain with negative I'm going to remain with negative 3 over 2, which is equal to c. Now I'm going to replace the value of negative in that equation. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to come here on the equation I'm making, which is y is equal to, then I'm going to write 3 over 2x plus, then what is the value of x I got is negative 3, 2. Okay, that's a value I got. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue, write y is equal to, then 3 over 2x, then I'm going to multiply positive times negative 3 over 2 will give me negative 3 over 2. So now this is the equation for the line AB. This is the equation for the line AB. Now, in case I'm too fast or I've confused you, please take time and ask the question in the comment section. I'll be glad to respond to you. So basically, this is how you go about it. So what you can do is you can come to the answers part and record your answer, which is y is equal to 3 over 2x minus 3 over 2. Okay, so that is over. So that is the equation for the line AB. If you have got questions, please you can ask in the comment section, but basically that's how you go about this question. Thank you so much for watching, and please continue watching up to the end as I'm going to go through all the questions in this paper.